Store your money. Here, let's get up and get the doctrine that says store your money in heaven. Store your gold and your silver and your riches in heaven, so that it won't corrode, so that the moths won't get to it, right? That's what they say. That's what the scripture verse says. Come on, man. Do you seriously think that most kings, most wealthy men would want to believe that, would actually do that? I mean, think about that. The Christian mindset, the majority of Christians and Jews, well, that brings me to this. The Jewish people, they don't mind Christendom, right? Because they love it. They love those tours, those pilgrimages, to go look at where let's go look at where Jesus walked on earth and where his tomb is, where he ate the Last Supper, where he was crucified. Let me tell you something, man. I've been there. I've seen all that. And the Roman Catholic version is quite interesting. It's quite nice. Well, it's nice to a person that doesn't question everything, but it's obvious that it's been thousands of years. There's been construction, there's been destruction, there's been many buildings that have been built. Roughly, I was talking to an architect and an archaeologist, and he said that if you want to get to the true level, if you want to get to the true road that that Jesus and his apostles and Julius Caesar, Pontius Pilate, if you want to get to that level, you got to go down at least 30-40 feet. And so that shows you how it's changed. But the Jews, they don't care. That's what I was going to tell you. The Jews love it when ignorant Christians go over there, and the Messianics, right? Because they still think, they still believe that some dead man's going to save them. They still do. And so they don't mind people going over there. They don't mind people paying to go eat some tilapia, but they call it St. Peter's fish. It's St. Peter's fish. It's the same fish that he fished for himself. It's the same fish. But anyway, gotta love it. So next time you want to go to Holy Land, trust me, think about it. You go with the Catholic tour. That's what I was going to tell you. The Catholic tour will take you to a cathedral where you'll have everything. You'll have the tomb there, right? It's a crypt. You'll have the stone tablet, the stone, they call it in Spanish lapida, the stone bed where they laid Jesus Christ himself. That's what they say, okay? But that's a bunch of crap. It's impossible. It's impossible for them to have that. They have the hole where supposedly the cross was built, but it's just just a hole. It's a square hole in the ground that people worship. The same thing with the bed, the stone bed there that they worship, and then they have the little honeycomb shaped tomb that that they all walk in and they're like, ooh, this is it, this is it. But nobody questions. I must have been one of the few people, maybe the only one, I don't know, at least that day that was there. I was one of the few people that actually, I got the idea, something told me within myself, and I asked the priest that I was with. He was giving the tour, and I asked him, I said, this can't be the true tomb. This can't be the true area. They had to walk, the Stations of the Cross. They had to walk a distance to get to Golgotha. This cannot be Golgotha. Is this Golgotha? And they said no. They said, you're correct. This is a cathedral. This is a shrine-ish area. Huge. It's actually a huge building, and dedicated to the Roman Catholic Church and to JC, right? Their main fundraiser, their main their main cheerleader, right? They're the King of Kings, right? The invisible King, the King that's still in power, but he ain't really in power because men, celibate men, are the ones in control, right? Of who the hell he is and what he really thinks, right? And they discourage people from thinking, right? They discourage people from seriously thinking about what they believe, and but they love it. They love it when you confess and you tell them your inner secrets and you tell them all these things, all these sins that you've committed. But anyway, going back to the Holy Land. Yeah, so when you go there, yeah, it's a beautiful place. They eat very spicy food, which is good. But it's not the real deal. You're not gonna witness the real deal. You know, certain places, yeah, they haven't been tampered with as much, but within the big cities, you're not gonna witness the real deal. And but it's an experience. You want to go check it out. You want to see, maybe you're lucky enough to not have a missile fall on your ass, you know, and or step on a mine or something. And so it's interesting. It's really good stuff, if the Hebrew God would talk to me more, would talk to me at all, uh, I would still be of the same belief of the that they once had, but he just ain't talking these days, he don't give a flip about me. So anyway, that's how it is. That's how it is, my friend. The the Jerusalem experience is really it's an experience triggered by this fantasy, the the uh, the childhood indoctrination of the individuals, as well as the constant speaking of this man that was their salvation. Your salvation, he'll take you to heaven. Uh, and this illusion that you're going to have a one-way ticket just if you chant something, just if you believe wholeheartedly in salvation. It's a joke. Um, but you'll get that ticket, if you give 10% and you believe according to their doctrines. But whichever flavor of Christianity you'd like, even though the Old Testament preaches of many things that are completely different than the flavors of Christianity themselves that are now currently holding uh, real estate, as well as what I mean is having buildings and all that jazz. So they currently hold power. That is, they currently have enough members. That is. So next time you go to the Holy Land, think about all that stuff. And yeah, find salvation within yourself, because you know, and then research who you are, you know. And if you don't know who you are, take a DNA test. And from DNA consultants, that's one of the most secure DNA tests on Earth today. They're not quite as sophisticated as, well, they kind of are, but I kind of feel like they're not in certain ways. But I'll do a video about that, and then find out who you truly are, and then research that, and then cling to that. And unless you just want to be some other person, that you're not. But yeah. So, all right, guys. This has been a Holy Land video. See you later.